We're at the Poker Heaven European Cash Game, and the action's been funking along for several hours now.
Okay.
The stacks started off deep, they're now super deep, especially those of Albert Iverson and Eric Liu, seats 1 and 3 with most of the money.
Yeah, between them, they've got more money than the other 6 players put together.
Good hand.
120,000 sitting in front of those 2 players.
Yeah, amazingly, we've got over 200,000 euros on the table. It is a huge game.
Cool.
And the players have been playing very loose from the get-go. 3 players for this flop.
Queen, 4, jack.
Check.
Check.
Good flop for Riku. Extremely good with it having a jack on there as well.
7.
Gives Peter an excuse to call.
Cool.
It was actually a middle pin chance for Andy Black, but he decides to let it go.
Queen.
Well, things get better for Riku, but tough for him to get paid now, you'd have thought.
Well, it means it's less likely he's probably got a queen. At least that's what Peter's going to be thinking.
16.
Yeah, you're right. Could be betting the flush draw again or the straight draw.
Might say all in.
Cool.
No, he's just called. Leaving himself with less than that's in the pot.
Ace.
Yeah, and Rico needs to fold for Peter to win this.
I think with the money in front of Peter, that ain't happening.
Three, 8.
Interesting, Riku's bet again. Obviously discounting Peter being on a draw. He probably would have raised before now, you'd have thought.
He's not scared of the ace. If there's a card that possibly could save Peter Eastgate, that ace could be it. But he might have thought, I folded too much today.
He's also stuck, remember, and that affects how people play, right?
It certainly does. And it almost looks like it's priced in with that bet, rather than a pressure bet of, say, 5,000 to move Peter all in. Well, he's going to call. I think it's a bit of a crying call. It's late in the day. He's hoping he's going to be good.
Riku gives him the bad news. Peter Eastgate's day gets worse. He slips deeper in the hole. Riku further into profit. That's not a happy chap.
And that man is.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the stories of today is Riku Viraswari's turnaround. He was best part of 20,000 euros in the hole, now in profit. And Peter Eastgate, almost 30,000 euros back. Every chance we'll see some big pots in the closing stages. Players already tried to loosen things up as if they weren't loose enough already. We're playing with a permanent 3 blind structure, 25, 50, 100 euros.
You had the right idea, but he had different ideas.
Yeah, 4 straight just did me, you know. I'm just going no diamond on 4 straight. If the straight comes, I lose the money. If the diamond comes, I pass.
Raise. 425 total.
Jamie's done this occasionally when Neil Chang's limped in, but rarely with quite such a weak hand.
Even this lunatic here wouldn't make it 9 grand.
Riku finds a strong hand. Could raise again. Could flat call.
Oh, sorry. Re-raise.
It's also not the first time this has happened either. Jamie's tried to take control in a pot, and Riku's re-raised him. I think in previous occasions, Riku didn't have much of a hand. In this case, he has. I don't think Jamie wants to be too creative with this kind of hand at this stage of the day.
Don't belittle yourself.
If it was a little bit less, maybe he'd call.
He's only put a little bit in the pot, hasn't he? You know. But he looks like he might get suckered into something. If he's going to try and make a bluff here, I can't see Riku throwing Ace King away.
Especially not when he knows it's only going to cost him €10,000, which is about what Jamie started with.
Another raise coming, looks like, from Jamie. This is a really creative move, but I fear it may not succeed.
3,400 total.
I think he's seen Riku re-raise too many times.
Everyone wants to be semi-4, huh?
Relying on his tight image to maybe get this one through.
Jamie has been playing tight.
10 more?
I'm not suggesting Riku's about to fold this, but he'll certainly think about what he's going to do.
He can. He's finally managed to get himself out of the hole, Riku. And now this pot could put him right back in it.
If Jamie had the kind of hand he's representing.
Well, he's going to put it all in. And now there's not a lot that Jamie can do.
Jamie's going to have to go quietly into the night.
Last time I took this sausage, it cost me 5,000.
Been a little bit of a nemesis for Jamie Brown, Riku has. Sitting behind him and putting the pressure on. And this time he managed to do it with a real hand. Jamie, a bit frustrated maybe wanted to use his image. And he wasn't to know Riku had the big hand, and a player from Finland up over 5,500 euros. Who would have called that a couple of hours ago?
Cash games are just completely different animal from tournaments.
They're intense. It separates the men from the boys.
It allows you to play a lot more hands and play a lot crazier.
In a cash game, there's no defined start and defined ending.
You can choose the size of the game you play, and you finish whenever you want. Unlike tournaments where you have to sit till the end.
I love that I'm able to reload anytime, so I can play much more aggressive. I can gamble much more than in a tournament where I always have to worry about my tournament life.
It's got more potential for making money, I think, long term, and there's extra level of luck in tournaments, so I think cash games is more skills.
And it's that constant inner battle to try and play properly and concentrate on focusing on each hand individually that is the real joy of cash games.
If you've got a set, as they say, then you either push or you don't.
There was a period that we weren't playing.
So for this hand, the action's going to start with Eric Liu. And it's Neil Channing. 100 to play. And there's a call. Ace-9 of hearts for him. Bambus counting out his green chips. They're worth 25 each. He's been very patient, Bambus.
500 total.
Hasn't stopped Andy Black from calling him. He's ace-10 in front right now.
Cool. Me and the two locals.
And a call from Neil Channing. These three going to see the flop. They've played an awful lot together, Neil and Bambus.
10,
probably know each other's game very well.
Win.
Definitely would have liked the first card out, Bambus. Bambus being a little bit clever.
1,700.
Checking his middle pair.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
Cool.
And here Bambus is going to call. I'd be curious to see just how far Andy Black takes this bluff.
What's that? As long as I get your stat. Yeah.
Not the first time these two have been involved.
I think if Bambus wants to play this, he might just move his chips in.
3,700 total.
I put 4,000.
Yeah.
I call.
Bambus just wants to call Andy Black's bet by the looks of things.
I can't. It's 300. Can I?
No,
Basically, the script here is that Bambus never seems to believe the thing Andy Black does.
Check.
And he's right in this occasion.
Check all in.
Well, Andy Black's moved all in, putting Bambus to the test. I think Bambus might make the call here.
Well, nothing's changed, has it, Gary? I mean, if he's going to check call the turn.
Good call.
Great play there from Bambus. Very good play.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 10.
He played for exactly this outcome, didn't he? Played to get Andy Black to bluff,
It's 9,000.
bluff every street. Had the courage of his convictions.
Good call, Bams.
We're running out of time, you see.
No, I realised that was a problem.
And what's happened is it's turned Andy Black from being in the black to in the red. He's now 3,000 down. And Bambus, who, well, I hate to say it, but he's only stuck 18,000 euros.
Yeah,
it's a big only, but
almost halved his losses. But yeah, you're right. Join us after the break for more action from the European Cash Game.